Welcome Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm Ivy Rivera, Psychic Medium, coming to you with your extended weekly horoscope for April 8th to the 14th. I want to invite you to join me for my Ask a Medium live show on Facebook and Instagram on Tuesday the 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern at Ivy Angela Rivera. I take your personal questions and I give your short scope for the week. Hope to have you there. What is going on here with you for this week on Monday? I feel you being at work and examining that you think your situation there is pretty predictable. It's pretty stable. There's nothing really new coming up. You feel as though you understand your position and you can count on your position staying that way. I also have you being irritated with that concept. So it's entirely possible that you're reaching a point where you're wondering what else you could be doing, where else you could be going, and if your skill set is being honored to the degree that it really should be. Now, interestingly enough, someone shows up on that day who is inviting you to come and see what they do, to come and see where they live, to come and examine how well you would fit into this atmosphere. And I think it's something that you need to examine. Okay, so keep your ears and eyes open. On Tuesday, I'm hearing put your back into it, put your back into it. It's almost like put in the extra work, put in the additional effort that's being required. But it's almost as though every time you go to put your back into it, you feel this heavy resistance. And it's making it so that you're working double, triple, quadruple the amount and only seeing minimal results for it. So you again are examining whether or not it's worth it to put your back into it if you're not going to get out of it. I feel it's important for you to understand this. Yes, it is. Because it isn't about who's watching you. It's about you watching yourself. It's about knowing that you've done your best. And it will pay off in a cosmic universal way, okay? Even if there are no bosses watching or you're hitting a glass ceiling or no one cares about the company or it's taking a nosedive, what have you. So put in the effort, do the best that you can, but do examining. At this point, you're supposed to be examining what your other options are. And we talked about that on Monday. Now, Wednesday, there's talk of giving in to those who need you. And I am also feeling new lover energy coming in. So you could find yourself in some positions on Wednesday where people are coming to you, whether it be for guidance, for a donation, for volunteer work, and you're opening up your heart, or you need to be opening up your heart for this new potential lover to enter. There's also talk of ×2 old lovers. So this could be a week where you see someone from your past resurfacing, wanting to talk to you, wanting to know if you've been thinking about them. There's a lot of dialogue here about maybe I didn't appreciate you. I see sniffles, I see tissues, I see a pile of tissues accumulating. And I have you being very much, how do I want to say this? Telling that person that this is really a good time for them to go inward and examine why they're feeling all of that, and to make sure that that really has something to do with you as much as it is their own processing of who they are, maybe the errors that they've made in the past. It's a time for them to self-develop, not latch onto you, okay? And then possibly replay this whole thing out again because they haven't learned their lessons and taken their time, okay, to work on themselves. The other one who seems to be coming through is trying to be aloof about it, but don't misunderstand, that is why they're there. On Thursday, I'm seeing relocation issues going on with some of you, not all of you, but for those of you, and it should already be in motion or you are already fairly aware of this process, for those of you that are having issues with relocating between one spot and another, and there's a holdup and it's creating chaos or discomfort for you, I feel you getting nervous and reaching your wit's end. And I want to say that the entire process may go on for approximately 3 months for some, but for others it's really ending in the next 2 weeks. So hold tight. You are not to be a victim. You are not to wait for someone to come in and fix it for you. Some of you have just cashed out because of the stress. There's more digging that you need to do. Ask all the questions, do all the research that you possibly can to propel your situation forward. On Friday, I have you talking to family. I have a lot of banter. This could also be whoever your family is made up of. But there seems to be a bickering type of a banter going on. And it's almost like you decide to engage in it. And no sooner do you start engaging and you realize your energy level is dropping and your annoyance level is skyrocketing, you realize no one's listening. And you have two options. You can either get frustrated, you can go ahead and leave the situation, or you can just enjoy the ride and say, you know what, this is how these people are. It's probably how they're always going to be. I don't need to prove my position. Remove yourself from egotistical thinking, which is fear-based or control-based thinking, and allow yourself to just enjoy the company, okay? I also have ancestors and your deceased loved ones coming to you. I want to say, watch for smoke. I'm having grandfathers here who are smoking cigars and things like this, pipes. Watch for your ancestors coming to you in your dreams, talking to you about your love life and your work and money on Friday evening. You may also need a bit of a cleansing ritual on Friday evening. Epsom salt in the bottom of the shower is a great idea, okay? Visualizing what toxic energy there is in your body and exhaling it out is another great idea. You could do light coming into me, light coming out of me from the top of the crown chakra. That helps as well. I see a bit of a food party going on, whether this be Friday or Saturday for some of you, and I'm seeing family and friends, but also a sense of being alone on Saturday. So there's a need for a complete reevaluation for some of you. You need to be alone and allow for some quiet time. I would say even 30 minutes where you shut everything off and you're processing God energy, your higher mind, messages coming from your spirit loved ones. Allow yourself to visualize what it is that you want to have and manifest in your life and relationships, but also be honest about the thoughts that are coming through. Don't hang on to a thought and don't repel a thought. Just allow them to come. You're going to need to be happy where you are on that day. And regardless of the circumstances, notice how just the right people are crossing your path at just the right time. That is the universe taking care of you. On Sunday, I want you to beautify yourself. I'm seeing celebrating yourself. I'm seeing buy the special shampoo, buy the perfume, buy, the new outfit, whatever it might be. There seems to be a bit of a roller coaster week coming up ahead. Not bad in that sense, but definitely a lot of energy, extra energy being put into your week than it might normally require. So beautify yourself. Take the time to recoup on that day. For some of you, I have you needing your parents. Reach out. Don't be shy to. If they're deceased, reach out. Don't be shy to. They'll be giving you answers. For some of you, I have your kids really needing a lot more of your attention on that day. And I have sun energy or masculine energy, we might want to say. I'm really holding a lot of emotion in, and you may have to kind of pull it out of them. And the only way to really do that sometimes is to give it time, just to sit with that person. Okay, so a lot of parent energy. This week for you guys, some breakthrough concepts for sure. I want to say best wishes with all of it. Enjoy the ride, and I hope to see you for the Ask a Medium show on Tuesday the 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, taking your questions, giving your short scope for the week, and that's at Ivy Angela Rivera. See you next week.